welcome to Inside Elegance. If you're someone who loves vintage, shabby chic, and cottagecore styles, then you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into a charming decor trend that's making waves in home styling, Grandmacore. Think cozy, nostalgic, and filled with rustic charm. If this sounds like your kind of vibe, be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. Let's get started and transform your home into a cozy, vintage paradise. Whether you want to evoke a sense of warmth and nostalgia or simply create a welcoming home environment, Grandmacore is the way to go. This style is all about creating an atmosphere where you can truly relax and unwind, surrounded by elements that remind you of your grandmother's home. It's soft, welcoming, and filled with items that have a story to tell. If you love the sound of this, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video packed with inspiration and tips. Throughout this video, we'll explore how to bring vintage, shabby chic, and cottagecore touches into your home. By the end, you'll have a better understanding of how to weave together these nostalgic elements to create a space that feels warm, cozy, and effortlessly stylish. Ready to add a little Grandmacore to your life? Let's dive right in. Grandmacore is all about embracing the past, but in a fresh, modern way. It's not just about filling your home with antiques, it's about creating a lived-in, comfortable atmosphere that radiates warmth and history. When you walk into a Grandmacore-inspired home, you should feel as though you're stepping into a place that has a rich, comforting past, yet still feels welcoming and current. The key elements of Grandmacore include vintage furniture, cozy textiles, and an abundance of nostalgic touches. Think about using floral patterns, crochet, and rustic wooden furniture to bring in that vintage feel. It's a style that's as much about emotion as it is about aesthetic. You're creating a space that feels lived in, loved, and full of life, just like Grandma's house. To capture the essence of Grandmacore, don't be afraid to mix and match pieces from different decades. It's all about curating a collection that feels personal and sentimental. So, pull out those old family heirlooms, or even visit a local flea market to discover unique pieces that tell a story. These items are the heart of Grandmacore and will make your home feel like a warm embrace. When it comes to Grandmacore, vintage furniture is the star of the show. You don't have to buy everything brand new. Thrift stores, flea markets, and even your own attic can hold treasures that perfectly fit the vibe. Look for old wooden armchairs, intricately carved tables, or even vintage dressers that have character and history. These pieces don't need to be perfect. In fact, the more worn they are, the better. One of the key features of Grandmacore furniture is its charming imperfection. A slight chip in the paint, a worn-out leather armchair, or a tarnished brass lamp adds personality to the room. It's about embracing the beauty of aged items, so don't worry about perfection. These vintage finds create a space that feels welcoming and lived in, just like Grandma's house. If you're not sure where to start, consider adding a vintage wooden rocking chair to your living room or a floral patterned armchair to your reading nook. These pieces immediately bring warmth and charm, and their worn-in character only adds to the nostalgia. Just remember, the key is to choose pieces that feel personal and filled with history. Shabby chic decor perfectly complements Grandmacore, blending rustic, vintage elements with a soft, feminine touch. Soft pastel colors, distressed furniture, and plenty of flowers are hallmarks of this style. Think faded roses on fabric, chippy paint on old dressers, and floral teacups scattered throughout your space. These soft, delicate details make your home feel like a peaceful escape. The magic of shabby chic is its ability to bring old and new together seamlessly. For example, pairing a vintage whitewash table with modern chairs can create an inviting, timeless look. And don't forget the power of textiles. Throw pillows, soft quilts, and lace curtains can really elevate a shabby chic space, making it feel both cozy and romantic. Another fun way to incorporate shabby chic elements is through upcycling old furniture. Maybe you have an old wooden chair or an outdated dresser lying around. Give it a fresh coat of pastel paint, distress it a little, and voila! You've added a shabby chic piece to your home that's full of character and charm. Cottagecore is another perfect companion to the Grandmacore aesthetic. It brings in the sense of peaceful country living and a love for nature. Think about a home surrounded by blooming flowers, green plants, and cozy spaces to sip tea by the window. Cottagecore celebrates simplicity, comfort, and natural beauty. A cozy, cottagecore-inspired home is filled with fresh flowers, natural materials, and soft textures. You can add touches like floral wreaths, vintage lace tablecloths, and rustic baskets filled with wildflowers. It's all about creating a space that feels connected to the earth, with an emphasis on slow living and enjoying life's simple pleasures. The beauty of cottagecore is that it brings nature indoors. Think about adding lots of indoor plants, fresh herbs in the kitchen, and handmade pottery. These earthy elements complement the vintage pieces of Grandmacore and bring in the cozy, homey vibes we all love. Plus, the natural textures create a sense of calm and tranquility. No Grandmacore home is complete without a heavy emphasis on soft, cozy textiles. These fabrics not only add visual texture to a room but also provide that welcoming, lived-in feeling. Consider layering soft quilts, crocheted blankets, and floral cushions around your living spaces. These elements make the space feel warm, inviting, and perfectly imperfect. Think of the blankets and throws you might see in a cozy grandma's house, those old, hand-knitted Afghans or soft wool blankets that have been passed down through generations. Incorporating these types of textiles will immediately create a homely, comforting atmosphere. Whether it's draping a soft throw across your sofa or adding a vintage crochet pillow to your armchair, textiles are key to the grandmacore look. When it comes to textiles, don't forget the importance of layering. Combine a floral patterned throw with a lace-trimmed pillow and a velvet armchair for a mix of textures. This not only adds comfort but also creates visual interest in your home. It's about creating a space that invites you to curl up and relax. The color palette of a grandmacore home should feel soft, warm, and inviting. Think muted pastels, soft neutrals, and cozy earth tones. Colors like dusty rose, pale blue, faded lavender, and warm beige set the tone for a peaceful, relaxed atmosphere. These shades work beautifully together and create a space that feels intimate and nostalgic. You can bring these soft hues into your home with painted walls, throw pillows, and rugs. If you're feeling adventurous, try adding wallpaper with a vintage floral pattern for an extra touch of charm. The key is to keep the colors gentle and welcoming, so your space feels like a soothing retreat. If you're not into pastels, consider using deeper, more muted shades like sage green or antique gold. These earthy tones still fit within the grandmacore vibe, bringing a sense of warmth and nature to the space. Whether it's a soft beige sofa or a lavender-painted accent wall, the colors should feel cozy and inviting. Grandmacore thrives on creating a connection to nature. This can be achieved by bringing the outdoors indoors with plants, fresh flowers, and even natural materials like wood and stone. Try adding a collection of potted plants to your windowsills, or hang a floral wreath on your door to instantly add a touch of nature. Incorporating wooden furniture or decor elements also enhances that connection to nature. Whether it's a rustic wooden table, a handmade wooden bowl, or even a vintage wooden chair, the use of natural materials can transform a space. It's about embracing the raw beauty of nature and adding it to your home decor in thoughtful, intentional ways. For an even cozier feel, add some dried flowers in a vintage vase or place fresh herbs in mason jars around your kitchen. These small touches help bring the calming, earthy vibes of nature into every room of your home. Plus, they'll remind you of the beauty and serenity of the outdoors. Vintage rugs are one of the best ways to bring warmth and charm into your home. A worn, hand-woven rug can add a splash of color, texture, and history to any room. The beauty of vintage rugs lies in their imperfections. Faded patterns, frayed edges, and soft wool create a timeless look that only improves with age. You can layer rugs to create depth in your space, mixing different sizes, colors, and patterns. A large floral rug can anchor your living room, while smaller accent rugs can add interest to hallways or entryways. Vintage rugs are perfect for creating a cozy, inviting space, and they help define different areas within an open-plan room. When choosing rugs, think about how they'll fit into the overall vintage and cottage-inspired aesthetic. Opt for rugs with faded floral or geometric patterns that evoke the feeling of a grandmother's home. This will help tie the whole space together, adding both warmth and visual appeal. Lighting is a key element of Grandmacore, as it sets the mood for a cozy, intimate atmosphere. Look for vintage-style lamps with soft, warm light, or choose antique-style chandeliers with delicate crystals. You can also add table lamps with lace or crocheted lampshades to give your space that nostalgic touch. For an extra dose of warmth, use candles throughout your home. Scented candles in vintage holders can add both visual interest and a soothing aroma. Whether it's a floral scent, lavender, or even something spiced like cinnamon, candles help create that comforting, cozy ambience that Grandmacore is all about. If you're looking for a unique lighting option, consider string lights or fairy lights to bring a soft, dreamy quality to your space. Drape them over mirrors, bookshelves, or along the edges of your curtains to add a whimsical touch to your home. The kitchen is the heart of any home, and in a Grandmacore-inspired space, it should feel just as cozy and nostalgic as the rest of your home. Start by adding vintage kitchenware like floral teacups, mismatched china, or tarnished silverware. These pieces immediately add character and make the space feel more lived in. Consider adding vintage jars to your countertop for storing pantry items, or hang up an old-fashioned drying rack for dish towels. Even something as simple as an antique bread box or a collection of wooden spoons can bring that vintage warmth to your kitchen. The key is to combine practicality with charm. For an extra touch, fill mason jars with fresh herbs or flowers, and place them near the window to create a little garden-inspired nook. These small, thoughtful touches will make your kitchen feel like a welcoming space for cooking, eating, and gathering. The beauty of Grandmacore is that it's incredibly personal. It's about surrounding yourself with items that hold sentimental value and remind you of loved ones. Perhaps it's a photo album filled with black and white pictures or a set of antique china passed down through generations. These items will make your home feel uniquely yours. One way to personalize your Grandmacore space is by incorporating family heirlooms. Old quilts, embroidered napkins, and vintage frames filled with family photos are all perfect touches. They'll give your home a sense of history and make it feel warm and inviting. Don't be afraid to display things that may have sentimental value but might not necessarily match perfectly with everything else. These quirky items are what give your home personality, and they'll help you create a space that feels authentically yours. Antiques are at the heart of Grandmacore. When decorating, be on the lookout for vintage mirrors, old clocks, and antique silver trays. These items may be worn and faded, but that's what gives them their charm. Incorporating a mix of these antiques throughout your home adds history and character to your space. You can also find vintage glassware, such as delicate wine glasses, teacups, or mason jars, to display in your kitchen or dining room. These small details elevate the Grandmacore look and bring that nostalgic elegance to your home. Consider using antique frames for your favorite photographs or hanging a vintage wall clock in the living room. Remember, antique decor doesn't have to be expensive. Scour local thrift stores and estate sales for affordable finds that tell a story. Even the smallest antique decor piece can add a touch of elegance and nostalgia to your space. A cozy bedroom is a must in any Grandmacore home. Think vintage lace curtains, a patchwork quilt, and soft, inviting textures. Your bed should feel like a sanctuary, layered with pillows, throws, and soft blankets. The more layers, the better. It's all about creating a space where you can unwind and feel completely relaxed. For the Grandmacore bedroom, focus on creating a serene, peaceful atmosphere with soft lighting and calming colors. Use faded floral prints, vintage mirrors, and antique dressers to bring in a sense of nostalgia. These elements will help your bedroom feel like a cozy, comforting escape from the world. A vintage nightstand with a floral lamp, a crocheted throw draped over a chair, and a collection of old books on your dresser are simple yet effective ways to add charm to your bedroom. It's all about creating a space that's both functional and full of warmth and history. Decorating in the Grandmacore style doesn't have to break the bank. There are plenty of budget-friendly ways to incorporate vintage, shabby chic, and cottagecore elements into your home. Start by hunting for second-hand treasures at thrift stores, flea markets, or yard sales. You can also DIY vintage-inspired pieces by upcycling old furniture or creating your own shabby chic decor with paint, fabric, and glue. With a little creativity, you can transform everyday items into unique, nostalgic accents. For example, try painting an old picture frame with pastel colors or creating a floral wreath from artificial flowers. Finally, don't underestimate the power of small details. Vintage-style lighting, crochet doilies, and mason jar vases are all inexpensive touches that make a big impact in creating a Grandmacore home. Thank you so much for watching our video on how to bring vintage, shabby chic, and cottagecore elements into your home with Grandmacore style. We hope you're feeling inspired to create a cozy, welcoming space filled with warmth and nostalgia. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment down below to let us know how you plan to incorporate Grandmacore into your own home. We'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas, whether you've already started embracing this style or are just getting started. We're always here to share more inspiration and help you create the home of your dreams. Thanks again for tuning in to Inside Elegance. We'll see you next time.